And I think the best and quickest way for us to approach this is to simply compare and contrast the three primary competing theologies of millennialism, which are called amillennialism, postmillennialism, and pre-millennialism. There are variations of all of these, and I haven't got time to go into all of them. You wouldn't want me to anyway. But in the end, these three represent almost all of Christianity. And remember, depending on which one of these one accepts, it's going to have a substantial effect on how one interprets the book of Daniel. And by the way, I'm not advocating for or against any one of these, at least for the moment. Further, various denominations will modify some aspect of these doctrines to suit them. So I'm only going to give you kind of what I would call a representative definition, not an absolute definition of these. Premillennialism is usually thought of today as automatically part of a systematic theology called dispensationalism. This doctrine says that we're to interpret the scriptures literally, and thus all promises made to David and to Abraham under the Old Covenant will be fulfilled literally in a future 1,000-year age, usually called the millennial kingdom. However, included in this doctrine is that God has two plans of redemption. Plan A is for Israel and Jewish people. Plan B is for Gentiles in the church. Thus, when there is a rapture of believers off of this earth, it's only going to be of the Gentile church. And it will occur at the beginning of a 7-year period of time called the tribulation. Therefore, the tribulation period is a future time to us today. And it is essentially a time for God to deal with Israel and the Jewish people, since the church will have been removed. And after the end of the 7-year tribulation, Christ will come. And those Jews who are converted to Christianity, well, they'll be allowed to live in the millennial kingdom. The raptured Gentile church will then return in glorified bodies and rule with Christ during that 1,000-year period of time. During the millennium, there will be a physical temple. The law, or something like it, will again be in force. And at the end of the 1,000 years, there will be a great judgment when Satan and all who follow him will be cast into the lake of fire. And immediately thereafter, the current earth and heaven, meaning the universe, will be destroyed. And a new heaven and a new earth will be created from the elements. Now, this view is expressed by the Schofield and Ryrie Bibles. It was made popular by Hal Lindsey, and more recently by Tim LaHaye in his Left Behind series. Calvary Chapel, the Southern Baptist Convention, generally ascribe to this doctrine. And Dallas Theological Seminary is the leading dispensational premillennial institution in our country. Writers like Chuck Swindoll, Charles Stanley, Jack Van Impe, they also maintain this viewpoint of theology.